Get ready for relationship talk and much more with RadioOnFire.com, home of The Voice of Reason. Now, here is your host, Nina B.
Hello and welcome. Welcome to The Voice of Reason. I'm your girl, Nina B. And we are here just as we are each and every week on Wednesday, 7 to 8 p.m. on RadioOnFire.com. Am I missing anything?
No.
No.
No, you got it all in.
Well, you can watch us, you can listen to us, and if you want to, you can also call at 404-436-1277. Okay?
Actually, you are missing something.
What did I do this time?
Okay. You know, there was a lot of controversy about your show last week. Yep.
Oh, what happened?
I don't know. I mean, you know, got some emails, got some questions.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
So, I mean, you know, it was. I think people were surprised about. I was surprised.
Oh, it's gonna get better because Radiance is coming back next week.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. I'm sure that the yeah. Okay.
So what? Give me a question. What was it?
You know, some people are, you know, not familiar with when you were on the show before. So
okay.
It was. They were all good things, but it was just like, wow, where did she come from? And, you know, that,
hello, everyone.
Just kind of like that kind of stuff. So, but it's
I was
all
a
good.
little bit more shy back during those days.
Yeah.
I was here. The whole time
that's true.
So
that's
you
true.
really couldn't see my face because you saw the top of my head because I was either texting responses and responded to people who were contacting us while we were on air, or I was responding to people via Facebook, Instagram, or whatever. So you mainly saw the top of my head. So this is what my face looks like, and I do thank you for all of the comments and questions and different things. Someone actually hit me on Instagram earlier and had mentioned the show. He said he had watched and enjoyed it and everything and wanted to follow. So
I had a question.
Thank you.
Why are you more comfortable when you're up here by yourself when you were there with 3, sometimes 4 people? You were nervous.
When was there 4 people?
Well, like we had a guest.
You talking about the time?
I'm talking. So it's like me, you, TNT. That's 3.
Right.
And if we had a guest, that's 4.
Okay, I thought you were saying like 4 additional people in the room.
No.
I think mainly because a lot of times, whether people want to believe it or not, I am shy. I'm very shy. And when I am placed in a situation where I feel intimidated, and a lot of times I felt intimidated because I didn't know a lot about
topics or something.
Some certain topics or certain guests that were on the show, and I like to stay in my lane. And if I don't know what I'm talking about, I mind's my business.
You're like, I don't know this rapper. I ain't gonna say nothing for 15 minutes.
So basically, I would just be here the whole time. You saw the top of my head, and that's it, and that's all. And I think I've gone through some things in life, and I think that has helped me grow as not just a radio personality, but as a woman as a whole. So I'm a whole lot more confident and comfortable in my own skin to be able to do this here. It's people.
So also got this question. Why are you not on Twitter?
Should I be on Twitter?
No, you don't have to. I told them they can, add you at the Radio on Fire, but that was a question.
I am not on Twitter because Twitter is so fast paced. It's so fast paced. Like I don't have time to say I'm on air right now. I'm answering questions right now. I'm about to go take a pee, and then I'm I use 3 ply instead of 2, or like it seems like it's so much going on Twitter, and it's so fast. It's kind of hard to keep up, and I just don't like to miss anything.
Right.
And whereas though on Facebook, I have like 5,000 friends, and then on Instagram, I'm still growing. I have like 2,000 friends. I like to be able to respond to people, and with Twitter, it moves so fast. I just don't ever. I never want to be in a position where they say, "Well, what someone says, what she thinks she's too good to respond to somebody." Well, it's not because I don't want to. It's just because I missed it. So
okay.
It's something I'll consider it.
I mean, it's not really. Like it's it ain't that heavy, but you're on Instagram, like you're addicted to Instagram.
Don't do that. You know what? My friend he hit me earlier and was like, "How many pictures did you take today?" And I was like, 2. And he was like, "I don't believe it." I was like, "Oh well." And then within a few minutes it was like 4. And now I just posted one, so it was like 5.
So you had some
I'm running
events
late.
that you were a part of.
So you
I
want
saw
to talk
some
about? So
pictures.
you want to talk about those pictures because everybody's been talking about those pictures for the past few
well,
days.
it's not me. I'm just giving you feedback.
Okay, so what?
So people send things. If they go to radioonfire.com, of course they got to contact yourradioonfire@gmail.com. So a lot of stuff comes through there.
Okay.
And I have not gotten an assistant yet, but I am
working on
in the process. Yes.
Okay, but what was the question about the picture? Because
well, let me clarify. Danielle assists with things, but Danielle is technically not. There's another person we're trying to bring on board,
okay.
So I don't want Danielle to say, "Wait, what am I? Chopped liver?"
Sorry,
okay,
Danielle.
So, right. But yeah. So the pictures. What was all that about?
Which one's the one I had to take down?
The black one. The one when you had the black on.
I had to take one of those down. Because I didn't realize that. Okay, first of all, shout out to the lovely, lovely, wonderful client that I had this weekend whose event was crashed by the snowstorm, and we had to move into Sunday. So that was a long, very long Saturday with making sure all of my wonderful vendors, accommodated me for Saturday to pull that event off. I was very, very intoxicated by the end of the night. Needless to say, I still do my job. But by the time I got ready to wrap up the night and get into taking a few pictures myself, I didn't realize the flash was on. Well, I wore the right panties, wore the wrong color. So anybody that knows me knows I love leopard, and everybody learned that on. So I quickly had to take those pictures down, even though with the wonderful screenshot feature, I'm sure somebody has it, but it is what it is. They were clean, they were glorious, and it is what it is. So but thank you for everyone who loves the black dress. It seems like the most simplest of things people love the most, so that was pretty cool. I felt pretty, I felt good, and that was that. So any more questions from the wonderful viewers? Well, I kind of wanted to recap the week and see how your week was.
Okay, so my week was good as always. We have some new shows coming. So we have some new shows coming. I'll be making some announcements about those. So I'm preparing for that and just getting things in order. We have a birthday bash coming up.
When is that? When is that?
It's going to be in April. I believe. Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be in April. We have to change the date because also it coincides with her anniversary, so she's going to be out of town, and so she on the initial day.
Okay.
So we can't have it without her being here. So we're going to change the date. So it's either going to be the last week of April or the beginning of May.
Okay.
It's going to be on a Sunday.
And exciting things.
I mean, it's more so about just celebrating. It's going to be the 1 year anniversary for Radio on Fire, so we're going to be celebrating that. So it's just going to be come out. It's going to be like a mixer kind of thing. So it's going to be a free event. We're going to have some performers. We're going to stream it live. Just some things like that. It's just.
Are we working?
Kinda. Not. I mean, everybody's going to touch the mic at some point in time. But it's not. It's more so just like a we're just gonna be inviting people, industry people, and just regular folk there.
Okay.
It's just gonna be performances. It's gonna be some finger food and
some finger food.
Yeah, shake some hands, kiss some babies, that type of thing.
Oh, it's gonna be babies there.
No, I was
gonna say, you want me to touch the mic?
No.
My mouth is so. I'm sorry. Some days I can be like a sailor. I apologize.
Yeah.
But okay, that sounds very.
Yeah, so more info on that to come.
Okay.
Yeah.
You sound excited about it though.
I am.
I need
I'm
you
excited.
to perk up some.
I'm excited. I'm always excited.
You had a long day?
No, actually, I'm always like this. This is exactly how I am. I don't get too excited about nothing. Okay, I'm lying.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say okay, whatever. But it sounds good.
Yeah.
It sounds good for the cameras. But okay. It's been a long week for me, but I had a date. That was a good thing. It was very.
You had a date?
Yes, I had
a date.
Okay.
Okay.
I
This
had a
is
date.
this is after the show about oral sex, right?
Yeah, no.
Okay, just wondering.
I know, but see, it wasn't me who
Things
the
that make you go,
Radiance who's. I know it wasn't me. He actually learned about the show after, so I'm safe from. He's probably watching right now though. But yeah, damn. Anyway.
You are glowing.
Oh, I just got a new blush from MAC. It's the Toledo. It's in the Toledo collection. Okay, see.
So it's from Ohio?
Call it what you want, but it's the blush. Okay, don't be trying to put me on the spot and jam me up. Anyway, aside from that, just getting myself ready, working on a lot of different events that are coming down the pike. I just received a message from a good friend of mine, Skip, who is one of my clients and promoters. Yeah. All the way from over there.
Yeah, shout out to Skip. Okay.
Yeah, he's a huge supporter of the show. He's all around good guy, and I just wanted to say hello to him. And we definitely have a huge event called Erotic coming up March 14th. So I'm excited about that because I always get to do something fun with the uniforms that we have at the bar.
What day of the week is that?
It's a Saturday. Yeah. So it's just another thing. Working on some new treats and different things for a vendors expo. I'm all tongue tied tonight because you threw me off trying to catch me off guard talking about I was glowing. Anyway, a vendors expo over accessorized. That's something that's coming. That's really nice. Every year. Every season, year, I premiere something new. So this year I have something. This season I have something
Then
new.
you get drunk a new way.
A new way to get intoxicated.
Yeah. So we T and I were at that event last year.
Yes.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. You couldn't. I saw you all. I wanted to say hi, but T got her drink. I see her face. I make her. I pull a cup. I make her drink, and I can't even really say too much because before I even get set up, the vendors. They want their drinks before we even open the doors. So it's very exciting. It's always nice. There's another one coming up in June, the DMV CEO Bash. Where
I saw that. Yeah,
that's going to be something that's going to be nice. I'm actually a sponsor on that. You'll find some of my mini cocktails in each one of the bags. So it's a lot of things coming that's been keeping me busy and exciting.
People can find out or hire you for events. How can they do that?
You can follow my business Instagram. My personal Instagram can be a little ratchet on some days, so we try to split things up.
And the website?
Yeah, and the website. The website is ninabbartending.com, and on the business Instagram is NBBHS_official business page. Sounds long, but or you can just type in Nina B Bartending and it'll still come up. So that's how you can find out some different things that's going on. So
yeah, so that's good. So you want to let people know you got the business page and then you got the page where you take the gloves off. Yeah,
I made a mistake. It's oh my gosh. Earlier I had posted a Hump Day Humor post on the business page by mistake.
Did that cause confusion?
Oh my God. Thankfully I always catch it within a minute because once I see it go up, I'll see a person's post right below it, and I know I pretty much can tell who's who on both pages. So once I see the different people, I'm pulling it off.
And this is because you think that it would offend your customers?
It's not that. It has nothing to do with bartender.
Okay.
And I want to keep my business. You know, bartending, server work, hosting, decor, event planning, all that stuff. I like to keep it separate. Focus on what you need to focus on when you're here. So that's that. But aside from that, let's move on to a few of these shows that we were talking about last week and the relationships that's going on there. Not too much really going on Scandal, in my opinion. But as I said last week with Lucius and Cookie, something was going to go down and something went down. Did you watch?
I have not.
You still haven't
watched Empire yet.
I told you have to watch the show.
Yeah, I've been meaning to. I do watch Scandal, but I have not watched Empire yet.
Okay, so then your opinion does not matter right now, huh?
Well, I mean, because people keep talking about it, I've gathered that
how do you? But
Taraji is Cookie,
and honey, she
and the other
gave
guys,
all
Lucius,
kinds of body a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
she showed up.
Well,
with
she went off on some people.
Well, no,
yeah.
she
I'm talking about real life. She went off on some people.
Oh, I can believe it.
Yeah.
But she gave the girl her ass literally to kiss, and it was very.
Did the girl kiss it?
I'm not bisexual in any way, shape, or form, but she is right. Like she gained.
Who's that?
Taraji. She
yeah,
she gained a little bit of weight.
Okay.
And
okay.
she
used
gave
to
it
date
to her.
Common. Did you know that?
No, I did not. Anyway, but just to recap for those of you who don't know, what may be going on to catch up. So here's a spoiler alert: they did sleep together, and they were busted.
Wait a minute. Obviously, they have kids. Duh.
So does that mean just because you have
you mean
kids,
they slept together recently?
Come on.
Or I missed it. I never saw it.
Yeah,
so
don't speak on. Get off. Don't listen. Don't think that just because a person has children with someone that they just gonna backslide like that.
Okay, I'm sorry. What?
Yes,
what are you talking about?
Just because people have children.
Let me say this. Okay, first, I don't have any children, but for the 11 years that I did have a child, or at least I thought I had a child.
Oh my God, why are you doing that?
My book is on Amazon.com, right? Okay, so you're not the father, right? Shameless plug. Okay, here's the thing.
Of course.
It depends on how old the child is, whether or not the mother and father are still sleeping together. So I didn't want you to misinform the viewers.
How old?
5.
So for the first 5 years they sleeping together.
More than likely.
And I don't mean any
now
harm,
that's not.
But I won't date a guy with a child under a certain age.
Absolutely, me too. Well, I don't date guys at
guy.
all. But I'm saying women who have children who are under 5 years old, you can't take it serious.
Why?
Because there's a possibility, a big possibility that it's like, you know what, girl, we need to put the family back together.
What if they never had a relationship?
That happens too.
Exactly.
Then that means that they do random sex.
With anybody or with that person?
No, with the baby father, baby mother, whichever one you're talking about.
Who's to say it wasn't a one night stand?
That can happen too. But here's the thing. And people always say this. Because they have a kid, that means there's a drop off at some point in time.
Yeah.
Whether it's to pick up the kid, whether the father's just bringing money and that's it. He just bringing Pampers, that's it. There's some type of time where they're in each other's presence and you got the little baby and it's just like, they get that feeling, whatever the feeling was when they made the baby, they get it again momentarily and they're in a house.
Okay, listen. I'm going to speak for myself on this. If I am with you and we conceive and we're done, we're done.
Bullshit.
No bullshit. Okay, and there's been plenty who've...
do you have any children?
No,
you can't speak on it.
What do you mean?
You told me I couldn't speak on Empire.
You know how much good wood I done walked away from?
No, I don't.
Well,
I don't.
Plenty.
What do you,
okay.
You walked away from why?
Just because it's good wood does not mean that you're gonna keep me wrapped around your finger or keep me trapped in a situation. Just like it does not mean because we have a baby that I'm going to keep dealing with your bullshit.
Have you? And this comes from experience. So, have you dated a guy who had a child under 5?
Hell no.
Never in your life?
No. And it's not because I'm worried about the baby
so why
mother.
is it then?
It's because that child is so needy and always sick and always, like call me selfish and even petty. I'm just like, I want to date and I don't want the excuses.
Okay. Well, there you have it.
There you have it.
Me,
At
myself,
least I'm honest about it.
I've dated women that had kids that were under 5.
And
they were still dipping with the baby father. But of course, here's what they always say. Oh, no, I'm over that. How old is the baby? 2. Okay. Initially, I was like, all right, cool. She said it's over. It's over. No.
Okay, I'll say this.
It's not over.
Any person that speaks ill of their ex, regardless if they have children or not, they are not over that relationship.
That's interesting.
And they may keep, being tight, and it has nothing to do with children. Yeah. That's what I'm looking for. How do you feel about your ex? How do you speak about your ex? Do you like? I've ended speaking to guys that have sat and badmouthed their ex too much. Like, I don't want to keep hearing this. You still have some unresolved issues.
Did you
Go deal
ask
with
him
it.
about her?
No.
So he's just talking
because
he's not over her. Yeah, he's just talking
about it. I don't ask about the ex because I don't care.
You want to say why did y'all break up?
If anything, I want to know why your relationships don't work. I want to know why all of them don't work. Like, what's wrong with you?
And he was like, "Yo, these bitches crazy, yo."
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And then they'll at some point they'll zone in on one particular one, and that's the one that they still hung up on because no one should bring you any ill feelings if you have no feelings towards them. Or you,
I don't know if I
had,
agree with that.
You can't upset me if we're over.
Okay.
People say nasty things to me all the time.
Let me give you a scenario. Okay, you have an ex,
okay.
right? You have an ex. I have exes, okay? So I'm going to pinpoint one of my exes, right?
Okay.
So I have an ex who we had a difficult relationship, right?
Okay.
And so you ask me about my relationships, and I talk about this one particular one. Like maybe she walked
all the
past.
time.
No, not all the time. In the beginning,
that's what I'm talking
we get
about.
to know each other.
Okay.
And I tell you, and she, whatever. She fuck my homeboy, something, anything. You know what I mean? So I don't like her. So I'm not like you want the guy to be like, oh well, I mean it didn't work out. She slubbed my homeboy's nub, but it's all good. It's all good. I mean,
that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I'm not trying to spend our entire time together talking about your ex. I don't want to hear about her. If you have that much to say about her, then you need to go and be with her. And it's as simple as that for me. Because if where I'm supposed to be getting to know you and I'm learning more about her than I am about you, then maybe I need to go fuck her. I mean, that's just where I am with it. Because if you teach,
nice.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. So I that's how I feel about that. If you speak that, because then also if we don't work, you're going to talk bad about me. And I've had that happen. And then you can't tell your homeboys that I'm crazy, because then they're going to try to come at me. Because they say that girls is crazy got good coochie.
That's true. Well, it's a couple things true about what you said. A lot of women get mad about this. We call women crazy, not saying that they're crazy, but that's just a word we use to describe a woman sometimes. Mm-hmm. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're crazy in the clinical sense, but it means like whenever a woman just like, what's going on with that? Oh man, she acting crazy. It's just, we just say it. We say it about all women. Crazy.
Okay. Well.
But it doesn't mean that you're crazy per se, which you could be. But it's just a blanket word.
Okay, but what about your flaws?
We have it, but we don't say, yo, I'm acting crazy. No, we don't say that. It doesn't work on guys. It works on girls better.
It doesn't matter whether you're acting crazy or not, but what about your flaws?
We have flaws, but God doesn't say, hey, these are my flaws, these damn flaws.
I'll ask, if you have any flaws.
You ask guys
yes,
that?
I will. And if the ones
do they ever say, no, I don't have any?
Yes, and those are the ones I run the hell away from, because you all the way crazy and you just don't want to admit it. You can't win an argument with them.
You're like,
everything
baby, I'm
you
perfect.
say, and I have heard
Hell
that.
no.
I've heard. Listen,
the guy said he was perfect.
Here's what I'm telling you. He said he is damn near perfect. He don't have nothing wrong with him, and he was
Baltimore.
the absolute worst. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Unfortunately, and I got the hell out of Dodge because he didn't see anything wrong with him. Any disagreement, it was always all on me. He was the victim. He couldn't take it. I was always wrong. Even if I presented my entire case, and I mean the jury went out on it and he came back guilty, I was still wrong because he had nothing wrong with him.
How long was your life?
Only a few months. It was too much. It was just too much. So I'm sorry. I can't. Listen, no one with kids under a certain age, no one who thinks they're perfect, no one who still has a whole lot of unresolved hateful feelings towards your ex. No, thank you.
Will you date, or would you date, or have you dated the friend of an ex?
The friend of an ex. Let me see. No. I have dated. Wait.
Here comes the explanation.
No, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to be sure. No, it's no explanation.
Okay, so here's what I'm saying. So, if you and I were in a relationship,
mm-hmm.
and
or have I knowingly dated?
No. See, here comes and I got a good one for you. And you dated Unique.
No.
Well, of course, not. I'm just saying, just pretend.
Okay, well, that's a conversation.
So that's a homeboy of mine.
I know that's a homeboy.
Yeah, but say we didn't work out. We didn't work out. We just weren't compatible. Mm-hmm. But we broke up on good terms, but we just didn't work out. Mm-hmm. So you fast forward and
some years,
mm-hmm. and you see him, and y'all click.
Do I still speak to you?
No, I mean, we broke up. I'm doing my own thing. I'm in a relationship, all that. So
I'm gonna ask him. Are you two still friends?
Yeah, we're still good friends.
And how serious were we?
Not that serious. I mean, it didn't.
Like we just fucked a few times. Yeah. Not serious.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then I don't owe you anything. We didn't do anything but screw a few times.
Okay. So yes,
yeah.
I got her.
Wait a minute. And a relationship is something different.
Unique. Hit up Nina B.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, whatever.
No, but no. So you're saying that if it wasn't a serious relationship, then it's okay.
It's something to consider, and it's definitely going to be out of respect that, you know, I'm going to ask, like, oh, do you still speak to him? You know, because I'm not trying to have any issues or drama or anything like that. So, like, I will still give you the respect to at least let you know before we just get into anything. It depends on how serious. It just
okay, so I mean that's fine. I mean
you don't owe that.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. So with that being said, you have. I'm going to ask you a question. Let's go to a break, and then I'm going to ask you a personal question about me, and I want to know whether I was right or wrong.
Oh God.
In this situation. So.
Okay, well we'll be right back. Stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. Hey, welcome back. Once again, you're here with Nina B, Voice of Reason, each and every week, every Wednesday from 7 to 8, where you can find us on radioonfire.com, or you can call in, you can watch and listen, and even call in and join us in the conversation at 404-436-1277. So before we get into anything else, Diamond has a question. What's your question?
Okay, so here's the situation. So I'm gonna try to make it as simple as possible. Now this is a true story, so I want your honest opinion on this. Okay. So of course, a lot of people know, and you know, obviously, I used to be in the clubs real heavy.
Yeah, that's
right?
how I met you.
Right. You
remember what I had on?
I met you in Hammerjacks.
Yes.
Original Hammerjacks. So you know, I was DJing heavy in clubs. Mm-hmm. So I had, you know, you have a group of people to hang around you, like a entourage, right? So you're going into parties, and you know, you need a crew with you. And so I had a crew. I had a whole bunch of crews. This particular person I'm speaking about, you know, it was like me and two guys. I'm not gonna say their names, but
they listening. It's okay.
So me and two guys. I should say names? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying they listening, so they know who they are.
Right. So. And we were all cool. We go to parties. They would carry the records in, carry speakers in, all that kind of stuff. We go in the clubs. They get in the club free. You know what I mean? Girls, all that good stuff. So one of my homeboys would sometimes bring
being in an entourage for the DJ get you butt.
Oh, definitely. Okay. It can. Definitely it can. If you're into the, you know, if you're in a relationship, then no, stay away from it. But just because it can come doesn't mean you gotta take it. Okay. Message.
What's your question?
All right. So here's the thing. All right. So one of the guys, we became real cool. One of the guys had a ex that he started bringing around us. They dated, you know, high school, middle school, like way back in the day before I knew them. They dated. Now he's in a relationship with somebody else. His old high school flame starts hanging around us and starts after a while giving me vibes like she trying to go. So I knew that they used to date, so I felt like confused.
Okay.
So I talked to the other guy like, yo, this is what's going on. He like, oh, go ahead. You know what I mean? He in a relationship with such and such. Only comfortable. So the girl is trying to go. You know, and I was just like, no, because, you know, he rests with such and such, you know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, cool.
Okay.
I still felt uncomfortable because we were cool.
But what did he say when you approached him about it?
I said, I almost said his name. Look, I asked him, and he said, oh, no, yo, go ahead. No, do you? I'm going to give you his quote was, go get your man, get your life.
Oh, wow. So it was a while ago.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So I'm giving you early 2000s slang. So, so that's what he said. I proceeded. We went fine, except for we didn't click. She said I was busy. I didn't take time to. Can you believe it? So, right. So anyway,
listen.
We didn't work out.
Hold on.
Can I get to this? This is a deep story.
I need to say this.
Okay.
She was right. Being a friend of his for so long, she was right. Go ahead.
All right. So, right. I was busy. She wanted moving too fast. Like, this money is moving fast. So, all right. We didn't work out. Okay. So, we lasted about a summer.
Okay.
Now, during that time, he phased out. He stopped going out with us. Oh, no, I'm busy. Oh, no, I'm good. Oh, you know what I mean? He stopped hanging out. I noticed the difference.
Okay.
He started acting different. Now, when she stopped being around, he started coming back around.
Okay.
Everything was cool. Boom. Fast forward a couple years. I'm dating somebody. We don't work out. That's fine. Now, we didn't work out. It wasn't no big deal. The girl and I dated for a couple months, 4 or 5 months.
Okay.
I get this text from him that says, I saw such and such, who was the girl I used to date, that I just dated for a little while. He says, I saw her out last night. I said, oh, okay, that's what's up. So I'm thinking, like, maybe she said something about me. So I was like, yo, so what happened? So he was like, oh, yeah, we just chit-chatted, nothing real heavy. So I was like, oh, all right, that's what's up. So it was kind of random, I thought. So whatever. I didn't think nothing of it. So I'm watching wrestling. I'm in my zone. Phone rings. It's his house. I think it was him. I answer the phone. It's his girl that he lives with. So she said, did he tell you, about seeing, your old girl such and such? So I'm like, yeah, he told me. So she was like, so what happened? So I said, yeah, he told me it was cool. It's no big deal. So she said, he told you and it was cool. So I was like, yeah. So she was like, nah, he probably didn't tell you that. So I was like, well, tell me what? So she said, I saw his email was open and I saw the emails with them back and forth and he was fucking her and
oh my god,
you cool with that? So I was like, hell no, like shit, he didn't tell me that. So I called his phone. He doesn't answer the phone.
Oh wow.
And finally I get him on the phone because I'm like, okay, I'm petty like this. We had the necklace, we had the chain, High Roller Records chain. I'm like, I need my chain back. I need my jacket back.
Oh, I'm that kind of petty too. I want to run my shit.
You are not High Roller Records anymore. I need all my shit back.
Quick.
So we met up. I called our guys. We go meet up with him and to go pick the stuff back up. So he was initially trying to say I had no reason to be mad because I fucked his high school sweetheart and this girl wasn't for me, and he told me he did tell me when we was dating, like, yo, you should date such and such, like this girl's better for you than this girl. It's like, whatever, but so he's trying to say I tried to tell you that you should date somebody else, but I said, you should have told me that the reason I should date somebody else was because y'all was fucking. You should have told me that. You should have told me the whole story. I didn't care about the girl. I cared about the friendship, right?
Yeah.
Fuck the girl. The girl was not important. So, my question, since you're the voice of reason, was I wrong for first screwing the girl? Because he said that his yes really meant no. And I was supposed to be able to figure that out.
No, we're grown. Say exactly what you mean, and mean what you say. He told you go get your man.
Yeah.
And that's what you did. And he
said that I was supposed to say no. That I wasn't being a true friend because that was the obvious, and that was a test on the friendship, and I violated the friendship at that point.
No, because some people really mean like it's okay because we're done. I've moved on. They've moved on. We're really just good friends now. Maybe they were still fucking secretly, and he wasn't ready to let that go, because if it's years that's gone by and you still have feelings for someone, you're not just going to hang out with them just because.
I think you're probably right.
It's going to make that worse. It's going to make those feelings worse. So either he had a whole lot of unresolved feelings and they had not stopped seeing each other for as long as was stated. She was a hoe. Because if she was
which one you talking about?
The first one. Because if you sure about that? Because if she was sleeping with him and she was still sending you vibes, knowing that she was still seeing him, then she was a hoe. Call it. I mean, sorry, but that is kind of what it is.
Okay.
And then with you being mad, you had every right to be mad because you weren't malicious in yours.
No,
he was very malicious about what he was doing. He did that. He did that to set out to hurt you. Anything that you do to set out to hurt somebody, you're being it's malice behind it, and he was wrong.
And that's the thing, right?
And he hurt his girlfriend in the process. He
didn't hurt me though. He made me mad.
But
it wasn't like my feelings was hurt. I was mad that.
His intent was
right.
Sorry.
So now here's the weird part about the story.
I
wasn't gonna take that L, right?
Oh god.
So I took my got stuff back, but I wasn't gonna take that L. So I chilled. and I waited for the right opportunity that presented itself.
Oh God!
So the opportunity that presented itself, because I just can't have the story be out there, and I just got played. So the what happened is that eventually the girlfriend he was living with, right? Threw me vibes.
Oh God, you're these vibes. You're always catching vibes.
She threw me She threw me vibes, and I said I owe him one.
Yeah, well,
and I owed him one. Boom.
Now you even.
Okay, but that's not the end of the story.
Oh God.
Him and the girl who I was dating,
number 2,
they're married now.
Wow.
And have children.
Wow.
So that tells me this: they were supposed to be together. Had he gone about this the right way, it would have been cool.
Do you speak now?
No. We have mutual, like, cool, you know what I mean? Because, he had a death in his family, and I reached out to him at that time. We kind of squashed it, but it's never going to
be the same.
You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
But my thing is that if you just tell people the truth, that, we could have been cool. So, yet she dated me briefly, but her, so that was why I asked you the question initially. So we dated, but it was really quick. They are now in a long-term life relationship.
Well, you never know who is. You could end up dating someone and meet someone in their circle, and you can really click with them in such a major way. But people are so territorial. It's like, well, I stuck my finger in it, so it's mine now, even though they may not even really have feelings for the person. And it's unfortunate
just because they were there.
Just because they were there. And it's like, well, with that person that you click with that's in their circle could be like truly your soulmate. But because that person stuck their finger in it, you feel, obligated to stay away from someone. You just never know. You just never know who it is really meant for you. And a lot of people end up missing out, I'll say, on someone that could be a long-term loving person in their life just because they can't communicate properly and be honest about, listen, I know we went out a few times. I really like you. You're a cool person, but me and so-and-so really hit it off. Really cool. We haven't done anything yet, but I'm coming, like I said, that respect thing, coming to you out of respect. Be honest. Tell me the truth on how you may feel. Depending on how serious we weren't, I may not care, but it's still that whole respect thing. Just say something so that way you can avoid a lot of drama and even hurt feelings in the process. So
I agree. That's very reasonable.
Those are my 2 pennies.
But tell me this: we talked about it from that perspective, but what about from the other perspective? So can you still be around this new couple that you was there? I mean, from the friend, not you're the person dating, but you're the person that they asked. How do you? I mean, can you look at it from that point?
I've had 2 people. One person lived in my house.
Oh my!
I'm going to try to get this out as nice as I can possibly get this.
It's therapy.
I had 2 people that considered themselves my friend, and went behind me, and both have children with guys from my past.
Is it the same guy?
No, 2 different. I said 2 different.
Oh, 2 different.
2 different.
2 different girls or 2 different guys?
Both.
Okay.
2 different
So
girls, 2 different guys, and actually I had 3, but nothing came of that. One of those situations, but 2 of those situations brought kids, and one of those 2 brought a marriage. I'm good.
So that's the same. That's the same situation for me.
Yeah, I'm good. Because
so are you still friends with those girls?
No, I'm not friends with those girls, but I'm friends with one of the guys, and I was cordial with one of the guys after I got his ass back for what I felt like he did.
Okay, come on. You got to be the voice of reason. How did you get him back?
I made him leave her and the children, and I made him get money from her to move me when I needed to move. Any other questions? Yes, I am that petty.
Yes. How did you do it?
Even down to
how
the kids.
did you do it? Teach these women how to do it. How did you do that?
Well, I was
amazing.
I was his first love.
Okay.
He was never over me. She was a replacement. She knew that.
So how did you do that?
I just
so you're
told
saying,
him
remember, I'm your first love?
If he wanted to be here, if he wanted to be here, he needed to leave there. and leave everything there.
For the people that are listening and can't see, she pointed down. Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, that's just pretty much what it all boiled down to.
Okay.
It was either gonna, because once it came out, see, I didn't know at first. Once he told me, I was instantly mad, and he had to leave the situation. And I actually found out at my brother-in-law's funeral. But it is what it is. I'm over all of them. I'm over it. It is, at the end of the day, they wanted something that I had, and I share. They took my used toys. It is what it is.
Wow, it was new to them.
Yeah, well, whatever. They were used toys.
Gently used toys.
They were used toys to me, and I only speak to one of the guys, still currently, and I'm over it. Like, more power to them.
So I don't know how reasonable that really was. Then.
No, not for me.
Because you're saying from the other standpoint,
I was petty in it.
From the other, so you could have been the girl who got the used toy, but as the girl who it was her toy, you poke your lip out and fold your arms.
No, I wasn't even.
You don't speak to them anymore.
I don't speak to them because of how they did it. They were sneaky about it. They didn't give me the respect to come to me to talk to me. I found out years later. I found out when kids were like 5 and 6 years old. Like, I didn't find out right away. Yeah, like they were hiding it from me. And it's just like, if you're gonna do something, what you riding around in secret for? If you feel strong enough about what you're doing, why you riding and living in secret? And then these were people that saw, like, my mother. They saw me. They had ways to communicate with me, and they just didn't. So it's the way they did it, because I don't have a problem with them. Have at it. Have your fun. I'm good over here.
If they tried to hire Nina to be bartending, you would charge them extra.
I would take their money. You goddamn right. So there you have it. I wanted to talk about being Mary Jane and sleeping in somebody else's bed. Would you have an issue? Oh, well, yeah, even though, we passed our time, and we're good. We can do what we want here. This radio on fire. But, yeah, so just to touch on one more of the shows before we get out of here. Being Mary Jane, she came home and caught her niece having sex in her bed. That wouldn't freak you out, somebody else getting it in your bed?
Okay,
if
my nephew
sweating,
or my niece, yes, because they're like 6. That would kind of creep me out. But like, Uncle, I'm getting. Don't you know how to knock?
No, I'm dead serious. Another grown person in your bed. No, mind you, they have their own bed, but they're in your bed. Bodily functions, sweat. Tears, juices.
This is a family member or a friend. All right. Why do I have to go here? Now,
please.
Guys and girls are different. Okay. So one of my friends can come. It's like, I'm gonna take somebody at the house. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, yeah. When you're a certain age, you can 17? Do stuff like that. When you're a kid, you can do stuff like that.
Yeah, but you grown now.
Why if you got a house, that means
why
you grown.
In my bed? Why are you in my bed? That is nasty. You
don't have a washing machine. You can't change your sheets.
Let me tell you something.
Mean, let's be real for a minute. Okay,
okay.
You go to hotels.
Hold on.
It's all mental. You go to hotels, right?
And maybe it is.
It's all mental. You go to hotels. There is the expectation that they wash the sheets, right? Okay, you don't know the motherfucker that was there last night. Okay, but you go to the hotel. Yeah, I'm at the hotel.
Then you spend your $60 and go to the Hojo and not do it in my bed. How about that? Damn it, that's nasty. You finished? You good on that?
We disagree on this because I think it's a male and female thing, and it's mental.
Okay, first of all, y'all nasty anyway. Y'all don't care. All you got to do is put your pants and stand up. And
right.
And
the horsemen have we have. Mi casa, su casa.
I don't even want to talk about that.
People have come to the house, and it's we had a party at the house.
So
you know what I mean. So it's just like,
AKA the old Hojo.
Right. So here's how the scenario used to work. Whoever got to the room first, that's where you was at. So there's been times where we've had events.
Orgies.
I wouldn't call it that
Why?
because
Because
everybody
you
had
weren't all
their
in the
person.
one room?
No, because everybody had their person. The orgy means that you switching, right?
No, the orgy means that everybody's in the same place and everybody's just having sex.
Okay, so yes, and so orgies then. So yeah, so whoever was in that area, that's who they got. And the bed, you know, my bed was big enough, so the bed's big enough, so you get so 2 people right there.
Oh
so
my God.
yes, so technically I pay the rent in this
Orgy.
house,
You were running
but
orgies.
I could not use the bed.
You were running orgies in your house, and you had the nerve to be bothered by swinger parties.
Yes,
Ain't that
I'm
about
very bothered
nothing?
by that because
Ain't that about nothing?
yeah, because I'm not saying I'm bothered by it. I'm just saying that this is me as a single person, but you're talking about going to a swingers party in a relationship. I have morals.
You got wow.
This
So
is all
you
stuff
just-
that I did
so
in
you
my
just-
20s
you
as
just
a
bent
single
the girl
man.
over on the other side of the bed while somebody else on the
I did
top
not do-
end
no,
of the bed.
I did not do
You
that.
got morals.
I did not
okay.
do that.
Oh, over the couch.
Nope.
In the closet.
Nope.
The sink.
Close.
See, the tub.
Right.
There's his morals, ladies and gentlemen. Let me
But this
find
was
out.
also in my 20s. So,
Yeah. Okay.
AKA a long time ago.
Okay. Okay. Whatever, people. This is Diamond.
She found her nieces in the bed.
Yeah, she found. That's no. She had her own bed though.
that same house?
Yes. She had her own bed in the same house, and her excuse was
The master bedroom's always better.
that's nasty. That's nasty. She was like,
It's
well,
forbidden.
And she said, Auntie, well, we didn't pull back the covers. We did it on top of the blanket.
She was so considerate.
The duvet is the most expensive, as she said on bed.
But
Mary
it's
Jane.
worse. I think it's worse on the spread, though, sometimes when you think about it, because it's harder to, you got to dry clean the spread.
Okay, so if someone's on your bed, and this chick is nasty, and she comes all over your bed, soaks the mattress and everything.
No, that doesn't happen.
It's not happening.
No.
How you know that? How you know they're not doing like golden showers
Through
and shit like that
the-
on your bed? Like it's
If
okay.
you got a good mattress, it's just kind of going to be on top. It's not going to be through the, you want to buy. Yeah, flip it over. I don't know.
That's nasty. Okay,
This is getting weird.
Note to self: do not
getting weird.
ever sit on Diamond K's
This is
bed.
getting weird.
Listen,
No.
use plastic
Well,
sheets.
plus my nephews and nieces are not old enough to fuck.
use plastic sheets if you ever stay the night over his house, especially if he got any mattresses from the when he was in his 20s. Please don't even stand up in the tub. Use like shower slippers and everything. Just don't sit on no sofas. Just shame on you, all the horsemen. Listen, I'm
More than
calling.
four.
I said the horsemen.
Okay.
I didn't mean to say 4, but I'm gonna contact each and every one of you as soon as I get off the radio because I'm gonna fuss at y'all. That is nasty. It's very nasty. Shame on y'all. Anyway, do you have anything else before I wrap up?
Those were the good old days.
So next week, Radiance will be joining us back. She was here last week. We talked about oral sex and some different little favors that a woman can give a man. I also was contacted by a supporter of the show who was a guy who wants to talk about the male side of oral sex and talk about the different favors that, a woman can get from a guy. Yeah, because
Wow.
y'all men can't be left out these days. There's some
Yeah.
other things I wanted to talk about, but we'll
Niggas
chat
in
about it
Paris.
next week. Right. But next week, Radiance will be back and we'll be talking about toys and we'll be talking about loving yourself if we can get all that stuff in. So I guess stay tuned each and every Wednesday. You can find us here, radioonfire.com.
Very true. And also, people that are interested in sponsoring your show can find out how to do that at radioonfire.com. We have different advertising packages.
I like sponsors.
That start advertising packages start at $50. So, but they're different packages. So, you
Okay.
can check those out there.
Okay, well, that's great. Keep listening. Catch us here every week.
Word.
Radio on Fire is a digital network covering breaking news, sports, and entertainment. Check out our daily programs, articles, and all types of exclusive urban content right now at radioonfire.com.